Can somebody please tell me how I can edit on TikTok? This is so irritating. This is part 6. What I just posted in the green was part 5, and I don't know how to edit. Uh, so I'm trying to watch my words really. I'm trying to be really careful of the words that I say and not claim things. Okay, because I've been saying, "Oh my God, chemo brain, chemo brain, chemo brain, chemo brain," on top of menopause brain. But, you know, the beautiful thing about being a believer is that we don't have to uh, deal with things, the way the world does. And some people might not understand that. I'll be glad to explain it in a message or something. What I'm saying is that uh, my confession is that I have the mind of Christ. And so uh, the effects of chemo might still be lingering, but my confession is I have the mind of Christ. So whatever that happened with the video, I'll try to clean it up like I did yesterday. I don't know if it will work. Moving on, uh, I was really, really low, feeling horrible about myself, and went to a women's conference that weekend. And it is a picture that the picture that I have on I think it's my YouTube page, where I'm bald and I'm smiling. And that day, it really is a true testament of the grace of God and how God's grace carries you through tough times, because that was a really, really, really difficult weekend for me. Uh, but God never allowed my situation to consume me. Like literally, I get frustrated because things like what just happened happens, but I still have my right mind, and I shouldn't. I just shouldn't, after everything that I've been through. And so um, I'm thankful for that picture. When I write my book, it's probably going to be the cover. Though my hair has grown back twice since then, um, it will always remind me of God's grace to carry us through tough seasons. And so I went to uh, went to the women's conference that weekend. It was a great conference, and got back home that evening, and my mom had threw me uh, a surprise hat party, and it was really just what I needed. I just thank God for the family and the friends that I had during that season for my support. Oh, and let me go back to say, as soon as I told, as soon as I started telling my circle of people, my really good friend and former roommate, Tina, who's a pastor's wife, she just went into action and started a GoFundMe for me, and uh, I'm just forever grateful for things like that. And for those of you who are watching it, that those of you who gave, I mean, it just it was just a priceless moment to see how much love was being poured on me at that time. I'm forever grateful. I'm trying not to, I'm racing against the clock, and I don't want to be sitting up here crying, talking about this stuff. But shout out to Tina McGraw. I mean Norman. All right, so uh, did the second treatment, and I'm sorry, I am reading my notes down here. Um, my hair started falling out. Okay, so fast forward, surgery went well. Uh, and because the surgery went well and they said they didn't find anything, I opted out the last treatment went on with my life. And I'm sorry, we are, okay, y'all got to forgive me because I'm not going back and editing any of this. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Uh, okay, so my other video, I'm sorry, y'all talk so much with my hands. The other video already is into uh, COVID and me, yes, with the hysterectomy. Okay, so a few more things before I catch you guys up to that. If somebody were to ask me my feelings during that first year, it would be that um, I wasn't going to live through it. I felt like I was not going to live through it. I never cursed God. I never asked God why. I simply asked that He would get the glory the most. I specifically said, God, would you get the most glory out of my story? That's all I wanted. But I thought, I thought He was just going to take me home. Some people He chooses to bring home and not have them suffer through cancer, and some we stay. It's the sovereignty of God. We don't know why. But that was my feeling, and that was my thought. Though I didn't tell people that, I didn't share that. Again, I was to myself a lot because I didn't want to burden my family. And I was, first I was mad about the weight. Like, Lord, okay, look, the skinny part was my silver lining of being sick. Like, to get skinny. And then I gained almost 40 pounds. But a lot of them said, well, if you were walking around looking frail and stuff, we wouldn't have been able to take it. So I am thankful that, the weight was put on me. Okay, so uh, we're in the pandemic now. Fast forward to when you wait, I got to sign the papers to say uh, I give them permission to do a hysterectomy if it shows that cancer is back. Um, so again, I'm at a moment where, man, we've done everything up until this point to save my reproductive organs so that I can one day have a kid. And I was believing God that I would wake up and they would say either that I don't have cancer, or that, okay, the cancer came back, but we didn't have to remove everything. Uh, so a six, I think the surgery was only supposed to take 3 hours, and it ended up being 8. Uh, I woke up from the surgery and I remember they did something weird in that surgery because my left arm was completely numb. I couldn't move it. And so I remember waking up and being in a lot of pain and being like, I can't move my arm. I ain't asked nothing about what happened with the surgery. I'm like, can somebody tell me why I can't move my arm? And I'm crying. Um, and it just took a while for, I don't know if they had me laying on. I don't know what happened, but I woke up in so much um, pain. And you have the pump thing to give yourself more meds, but I was in a lot of pain. And so they had to almost sedate me again because I was um, like severely in pain and I couldn't move my arm. So they had to fix that. So it was a good hour and a half after I woke up that I found out what was going on. And then they actually, they told my mom what happened, and she was in the waiting room, and they gave her the news before they gave it to me. So part 7 coming up, y'all.